there's hunger. Hunger for what? Drug. So they keep your hunger not satisfied, but continuously stretched. Now, our young ones, there's hunger for phone, iPhone 19, iPhone Pro Max, this, your hunger, so the society is hungry. When you get this one is nothing. See this phone, since it entered my hand, I'm still using it now. Hello? They are waiting for me to throw it on the ground so to spoil. For where it won't spoil. Because I won't throw it on the ground. Are you with me now? You know go walk. Now they know that there are people like me who are careful that we can keep phone. So they will now give a lifespan of 15 years. So I'm suspecting maybe next 2 years or 3 years, the phone will now do into all. You understand what I mean? That is, the phone will just say, you done too much. Fall, you no agree fall. Theft, they no agree still. No way. You are just keeping your phone, everything. So I have to expire. So you must look for phone. Before you know it has expired. There's one particular phone. I kept that phone. Hey, no matter for which phone. So I put in my MP to make sure 5 years, 15 years. 5 years, 7 years. I kept using the phone, but one time and I realized that the phone just quench. Hello? Quench. The phone quench. Let me use that word quench. In fact, the phone went off. I took the garrison for where? He said, oh God, this one don't go. I was forced to buy a phone. So, they know that people like us exist. So, they'll put the expiry date for the phone. And no repairer can repair it. You must throw it away. You must go and buy phone. So, there is hunger. The hunger will never be satisfied. Hello. Money, more money, more money, more money, hunger. Now, if you look at that movie, you discover that there are two divisions. You have the capital, you have the district. The district, you have close to about 15, 10 or 20 districts. They scramble for food. The capital, they have everything. But they have what we call hunger for power, hunger for control, to control individual lives. The people at the district level, they are scrambling for food. Those things that are basic things are the things they fight for. And then they put a game to see which district will win this particular session. If this district win this session, they give them. Then the other district will remain in hunger. And they will not want to compete against them for the next season. So they keep them competing among themselves. Whereas the people at the end of affairs, the elite, are having their way on regular basis. That is what happened in the pharma industry. There are people that produce these drugs. They don't take them. But they make you to be addicted to the drugs. So every now and then, they sponsor research. You drink the drug. But they stay out of drugs. There was a time when Trado cure was so explosive in the world until the Rockefellers came. The moment the Rockefellers came, set up their foundation. Small, the idea that used to be there, people getting well without drugs, they mix something, started disappearing. Because they started buying most of the patent. Buy most of the patent, some will say, okay, you have this cure, be silent. Like that. It just disappeared, started disappearing. Before you know, absolute dependence on drugs. Society just changed. It's recently the whole thing now started reversing again. We are now controlling everybody now is almost becoming difficult. Because you begin to see people now coming up with leaves, herbals, trying to bring some kind of, variety. Begin to tell people, look, don't depend so much on BP drugs. There are many other ways you can help yourself. Don't depend so much on these things that detox you, detoxicants. You understand? Because there are other things you can mix. You can just take aloe vera, you mix it, you do small leaves, you take what they call shower shop, So many. So before you know it, people start depending on this. And it's not going down well with those who are hungry for power, control. Hello. And guess what? They have an enemy now as a president in America. The president of America. He's an male. They hate him. Because the guy is dismantling their structures that have been existing for more than a century. More than a century. Kai! That is sweet. So the world we live in right now is a world of Hunger Games. Hunger. Hello. Let's keep going. In the movie, just like in real life, the Hunger Games is all about number 3, food shortage. Food shortage. Revelation chapter 6, verse 3. Lamentation chapter 4, verse 9. Make sure you open them. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast said, come and see. Okay. Go to verse 8 for me. Now jump to verse 8, please. And I looked and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. Hell followed him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with what? Sword. And to kill with what? Hunger. Someone say hunger. To kill with what? Hunger. And to kill with death, and to kill with the beast of the earth. So underscore the word hunger there. To kill with hunger. That means in this end time, hunger is man-made. Yes. It's a strategy for control. It's man-made. And the hunger there is not just food, though. It's not just hunger for food, also hunger for drugs. Tell me, there are certain ailments that hit you. You'll be hungry for drug, true or false. If you don't take that drug, your body won't respond. That is hunger. So to kill with what? Hunger. Hello. Then also food. Now, in those days, the earth is not everywhere where you have precipitation. I repeat, precipitation. Why precipitation? That is rainfall. There is good amount of rainfall in a particular area. Desert areas don't usually record rainfall. But you know what? As population exploded globally, areas that were not inhabited were now inhabited forcefully. Where people now have to run irrigation channels and take them to desert areas so that water can be going to those areas. Though it's expensive, but some countries invested to channel water, especially arid areas. Hello. Not cold, not very cold areas like Antarctica. Hello. But hot areas, they channel. When they channel, they now begin to plant trees along those water channels so that the water can sustain the trees. And as they begin to plant trees, the soil begin to adjust and begins to make room for other plants. Keep that place like 3 years or 4 years. You see grass. The next thing you have vegetation there. Now the moment vegetation comes, the climate begins to change. Hello. Climate begins to change. So through technology, people change climate in areas. The climate begins to change. As the climate begins to change, they will now bring activities there where you see daily, release of greenhouse gases. As this begins to happen, and then, with the water there will be what we call constant evaporation, and then once there's evaporation, of course, there will be condensation. So you see that the cloud over that particular area will begin to experience what we call evaporation. Now, when the cloud becomes full, rain for the first time will fall there. So with this advancement in technology, you can change climate. Hello. Not in a vast area, but in a given area, yes, you can change climate. Now, with that scarcity of food will not be something that nature causes. But if food becomes scarce in our time, it's man-made. That is, men do it in order to control. And there's an example in Scripture, Revelation chapter 13, that tells us that in the end time, it's not food scarcity. It is a control mechanism that will create the food scarcity. How? Look at it, verse 16. And a cursed some, Revelation 13, verse 16. And a cursed some. A cursed. And a cursed all, not even some, all. Hey, both small and great, rich and poor, free and born to receive what? A mark. In their right hand and also in their foreheads. Go on. Let's read together. I want to go. And that no man might buy. Hold on. It didn't say that there will be full scarcity. It's just that the ability to buy will be taken from you. Is that not control? I'm asking. It's control. At that point, what do you have? Hunger. Hello. Now, how will this happen? It will happen because government will be buying the lands of people. You see this thing called federal government. It's not a good thing. I'm not talking about Nigeria. That thing called federal government. Carrying power and put inside federal government. Then you are now at the local level, now have what called state government. You now carry power, put inside the hands of state government. State will tax you, take all your money, then use the money buy your land. Hey, is somebody with me? They will just go to somewhere like Eneka, compensate people, expand the road, and take your ancestral land from you with state resources. The same money you pay as tax. Government is wicked. Let me tell you the truth. Government is a wicked thing. But it's just that you need it still. Hello, but it's a wicked thing. Because it's preparing the way for the end time. As they are buying your lands, check, your community will begin to shrink. They will tell you that, oh, they want to establish a refinery in your community. So that small community, because now there is oil in the land, government will say, anywhere there is oil belongs to government. So they give community peanuts and then they take the land. From that day, you, as the traditional owner of that land, you become subject. Then the land you use for farming is gone. When end time comes, you don't have land to farm. But who has a farm? Government. Subsistence farming, gone. Who has the land? Government. So, when government gives you ID, gives you mark, because you don't have land to plant okra, to plant tomatoes, and even if you have, they use white-collar job and remove it from your land. Say, come to the city, urbanization, skyscrapers, enter office, work there, some advertorials. So you begin to see your hoe and your shovel as nothing. Because your friends, they are now in Abuja, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt. They are doing white-collar job. So you hunger for white-collar job and drop your hoe. Drop your cutlass. Leave your land. Then wheat will take over the land. But when a time comes, some people come and buy, rich people come and buy the place. You are happy to sell them. Unknown to you. In the end time, there will be so much food, but you will need something to buy it. And when you refuse to take the thing to buy it, you are now hungry for food. You may die without food. Or compromise in order to have food. You now say, I beg, make I take this mark of the beast, I beg. I beg, Jesus understand. All my children, I cannot be here. This one die, this one die. I will take it. Even God understand, I beg. You'll be angry with God and take it. And you go to hell. Hello. This is why last year I taught about 40 end time skills. And I mentioned the money agenda. Go to those messages. I mentioned the 7 fat cows and the 7 lean cows. I also mentioned the beast regime. Why the beast is more terrible than Lucifer. I mentioned some things. I talk about the 10 wise virgins. The 10 virgins. We are talking about the 5 wise virgins and talk about the 5 foolish virgins. That is speaking about end time still. Because there will be wise virgins, that is wise Christians, that will plan. That is why I'm saying that. And then last year I mentioned that there will be 7 years of plenty and there will be 7 years of what? Scarcity. Now, and I said to us last year that the 7 years of plenty will start from 2025. That from 2025, money will start flowing. Banks will start giving money more. It's not what I said last year. Guess what this year? Is banks not telling you that no money again? They go 500,000 they will give you. It's just that sometimes they want to keep it. But they have money to give you. That is the truth. And money is in circulation everywhere. Now, I say to us that the moment we start making money and having money, we should buy land, not just to build, but also keep some space. Because in the future, those who have lands, traditional lands, they are the ones that are likely to escape the mark of the beast. Because their lands will still be producing something. Come on, are you there with me? So we have fish ponds. The fish will be growing. Hello, and so on and so forth. But most of our fish now, they are all GMO fishes, in the sense that the feed they give you is GMO. So when you give to the fish eats it. The fish is not a natural fish from the sea. It's part of it, because there will be food. There will be abundance of food. Only that you can't access food. May God help us. Now, does it not surprise you that UK announced that 2029 there will be mandatory ID cards? 2029. And by my calculation, 7 years of plenty, it will end 2031. 2031. Why 2029 mandatory ID for all UK citizens? By 2031, that flow